Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be how the narcissist keeps you in the dark. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please subscribe. So I'll jump right into it. When you met the narcissist, most likely they were wearing a mask and they were not portraying themselves to be the actual individual that they are, or they were. In other words, they were trying to dupe you. They were trying to trick you and trap you and manipulate you. They were trying to get close to you to figure out what made you tick, to drum up a relationship with you. Now, this relationship may have been a romantic interest. It could have been a friendship. It could have been a business relationship. It could have been somebody in a community or organization that you were a part of. It could have been somebody that you were, when you were experiencing a hobby. In other words, maybe you were golfing or something like that. The point is, this person figured out rather quickly who you were, and they wanted to extract your resources from you as long as they could without you figuring them out. Because why? Because they were keeping you in the dark. They were not letting you know who they were. Remember, the narcissist many times wears a mask to manipulate individuals. They are shapeshifters. They change with the direction of the wind. They can turn on the charm and turn it off just as fast. Keep in mind, when you were with the narcissist, just remember the front door. When the front door would open and it would be the narcissist entering the house, you didn't know who you were going to get. There was no stability. You couldn't rely on that person to be a level, stable individual. No, sometimes you experienced a rage fit. Sometimes you were blamed for just being. Sometimes you were accused of doing things that you never did. And other times the front door opened and it was like, wow, who's this person? I'd like to see this person 30 days a month. But you got that version of the person less and less as the relationship went on. Because why? Because as the thumbnail mentions, the narcissist was keeping you in the dark. They did not want you to ever figure out who they were and what they were. They certainly never wanted you to figure out that they were a narcissist. I can assure you that. They wanted you to stay trapped in the narcissistic fog, or the devaluation stage, where you were working for the narcissist because you had become an extension of them. You had lost your identity, which means you lost your social circle, you probably parts of your status. You lost the wedges between you and individuals, family members or acquaintances or relatives was driven there. So your support system was being blown up whether you knew it. You were under the pressure of the smear campaign. That's why many people throughout the body of the relationship wouldn't even communicate with you the way they had before you met the narcissist. Really get my message. And all these things happened over and over and over again. They were to test you to your core, to see if you would ever figure them out, because the narcissist was keeping you in the dark. And the narcissist keeps virtually everybody in the dark, including their own kids at times, until the kids grow up and figure out, wow, this person, my mom or my dad or my aunt or my uncle or whoever this person they're thinking about, they really are not that stable. There's some concerns there. Again, understand that the narcissist lives by cloak and dagger. They live by magic acts, if you will, because they are always pointing you in one direction. And when you are looking at that, what direction they're showing you, then they are doing other things behind your back. It's like a magician. Think about it. A magician directs your attention to the left, and then when you are looking to the left, to the right, they do something and you're wowed. You're like, oh my gosh, what was that? That's a narcissist, although take the entertainment part out of it. The narcissist wants to live day by day to try and see how much they can pull over on you, how much time they can expend of yours, how much energy they can take from you, how much of your resources, which includes your money, they can take from you. All of these things are the core foundation of the narcissistic relationship. Remember, a narcissistic relationship is built on mistrust, dishonesty. It's built on little bubbles, little sects, S-E-C-T-S, of groupies that hang around the narcissist, enablers, if you will, flying monkeys, all the people that are afraid of A, the narcissist themselves, B, there's so much drama going on with the narcissist. They love to watch the action and sit around from the sidelines, because with the narcissist, remember, everything has to be drama. It can't be stability and just be. There has to be a lot of disruption, and people love that. Unfortunately, they really do. Think about a newspaper. Think about an internet website that you click on. Well, most of the headlines are negative things, aren't they? That's right. Think about an accident on the freeway. Well, people usually, unfortunately, slow down to look and see the destruction, don't they? I know. I really wish that would change in both capacities. Think of YouTube. Think about YouTube thumbnails. Many of them are for shock value. And when you click on them, there's no substance to the video. It was just something to get your attention. Think about what I'm sharing with you. The world needs more substance and less shock value, but that's for a whole different video. Point being, the narcissist kept you in the dark throughout the body of the relationship. And here's another way. When they were getting the new supply, grooming them, if you will, behind your back, did you even know about the new supply? Maybe, but probably not. Why? Because why would you even know what the term new supply means? You probably, if you were married or in a relationship with the narcissist, a romantic one, let's say, you believed that that marriage was going to last for the rest of your life because you took wedding vows and you believed in them. That's not what the narcissist did. The narcissist gets married multiple times, many times, not always, but many times, because they don't care in the sanctity of the marriage. They don't care in the covenant marriage. They don't care in the bond. They don't care in anything about that. All they care about is what you provide for them. So again, when you slip the wedding ring on the narcissist's finger, you believed you were in love and you believed that you two were headed in the same direction. All they saw was a license to abuse, a shiny shield, if you will, to give them a Mr. or Mrs. in front of their title. So now that it looks like they are blending in with the general public because now they're married. Maybe they're married for the third or fourth time, who knows? But the point being is that this is abuse behind closed doors. That's the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde example I share with you frequently on the channel. But the narcissist kept you in the dark. How about when you were discarded? Let's say that you woke up one day and your house was empty, or however it goes, you were discarded. You received a phone call, a text, whatever they did, and I'm not trying to trigger you, I'm just letting you know, if you were discarded, that's one of the most challenging things to ever experience. It really is. Breaking the trauma bond is the most challenging thing to experience, in my opinion. But having said that, if you were discarded, you're like, what's going on here? Like, we've been married X number of years. What is this? Well, what it is they found your replacement, and they were grooming the replacement. The replacement, i.e. the new supply, is ready to step up to the plate. And now the narcissist was ready to kick you to the curb. Sorry to say it, it's just the way it works. And when they did that, what did you have to do? You had to figure out who would do such a thing, and then you typed into Google or into a YouTube browser, spouse won't talk to me, or silent treatment, or rage fit, or whatever, and then boom, you found the needle in the haystack, which is my channel. Now you're getting the wisdom, you're coupling it with your experience and expertise, and you are understanding that you have been through hell and back. Yes, sorry to say that bad word, but it's true. Or perhaps your relationship ended recently, and now you're getting your first light bulb moment and figuring out, oh my gosh, I was with a narcissist, or that's who my brother is, or that's who my sister is, or that's who my neighbor is, or that's who my coach or teacher is. Oh my gosh. All of these things I'm mentioning are things that the narcissist did to keep you in the dark. They never wanted you figuring them out. Think about this one, when they were gaslight you. So you knew that a happening took place in the past, and you would share it with them, and they would just completely deny it and gaslight you and tell you it didn't happen. Why would they do that? Well, to manipulate you, and also to, that's right, keep you in the dark, so you could not depend on yourself for clarity. You could not rely on yourself for what actually happened. You were banking on the narcissist to tell you, because every time you told them what you thought happened, which was the truth, they would belittle it and poo-poo it and say, no, that's not what happened. And eventually, you found yourself listening to them, existing, not living in that zombie-like, trance-like state, the narcissistic fog. That's where they wanted you placed. That's where they wanted you kept. Think about what I'm sharing with you. But getting back to the discard, they wanted to keep you in the dark. That's another reason. Think about it. Did you ever get closure from the narcissist? Of course not. Why? Because the narcissist can't give you closure. They don't want to give you closure. They want you staying where? Trapped in the dark, in the narcissistic fog. They never wanted you to figure out who they were. They didn't, and they don't now. But understand the message. They were never forthright, and they would never tell you the truth, rarely tell you the truth about things. They usually told partial truths, half-truths, untruths, no truth, whatever, or they would just deflect the questions that you had, or the communication you would want to have with them. Think about it. That's what word salad is. You're trying to have an intelligent adult conversation with an individual who turns out to be a narcissist. You're going to get anything but answers and resolution. You're certainly not going to get clarity, and you're not going to get closure. What you're going to get is them telling you why 2 years ago on Thanksgiving you dropped the fork at the dinner table and it ruined the whole day, or why you were 15 minutes early to pick them up 3 years ago when in fact you should have been only 10 minutes early. Why? This is what they do. I mean, I could elaborate on those two examples all day long, but the point being, they want to keep you in the dark. They never want you to figure out the truth about them. They never want you to figure out about the new supply. They never want you to figure out who they really are. Think about the narcissist when you met them. Perhaps they came at you in a vulnerable position and said, ooh, their first two spouses were really toxic people and they weren't good people. And the narcissist, when you didn't know they were narcissists, they were claiming that they were the victim. Well, notice what's going on there. They were married twice, as an example, and I get it. People get married more than once. I understand it. My point is, for this video, Notice the similarities. They were married twice. Both of the similarities also say that the narcissist is saying that they were the victim, that both of their spouses did not good things to them or with them. Well, what's the common denominator there? That's right, it's the narcissist. And now they were trying to draw you into becoming spouse number 3 or 4. Think about it. Really understand my message. The narcissist wants to keep you in the dark with virtually everything. What about finances? Let's say that you were working, you were putting a lot of money in the bank, and the narcissist was allegedly doing the same. You didn't check the bank account because why would you? Because you were in love and you believed that the two of you were on the same path, headed in the same direction, building a future. Well, you got to check the bank account one day. It's not even near what it should be. And the narcissist has been dwindling and chipping away at that bank and depositing it in their own bank account or buying things, whatever they're doing. And they're saying to you, oh, it's no big deal. We can just make more money. Just move on. So that's not really important. And you're like, what are you talking about? That's 5 years of money that was supposed to be saved up in the bank. And now we don't have much to show for it. The reason we don't have anything to show for it is because the narcissist wanted to keep you in the dark. And if you never looked at the bank statement, you would have never figured it out. There are so many illustrations of the narcissist wanting to keep you in the dark. Here is the most serious and the heaviest one for this video. When you were discarded, remember, you had to put yourself back together. You literally and figuratively were in the dark. And until you figured out and found my channel, you probably didn't have much direction. You were probably blowing up your relationships on your own. The people that were trying to be sounding boards with you, they couldn't wrap their head around what you were dealing with, and you didn't know what you were dealing with either, so you burnt out some relationships. Most likely that's a fact. Having said that, the one person that could give you the answer, honestly, was the narcissist. Would they do it? No. In a million years, they would never do it. But they were the one person. If they had just said to you, look up this word, narcissism, that's what I am, and that's what I did to you, and goodbye. If they did something like that, believe me, it would have crushed you. It would have crushed me. But the point is, they could have helped out a little bit, perhaps, and shared with you something like that, but they won't. So having said that, you were really in a dark space, and they placed you there. You may have even experienced the dark night of the soul. And I know I've mentioned that recently a few times, frequently, in the last month or so, because it's completely true. Many people, or people, I should say, that get discarded and or have been in these toxic narcissistic relationships, or that have been challenged and tested to their core, they will experience the dark night of the soul. Now, does everybody experience it? Absolutely not. Do some people experience it more than once? Unfortunately, they do. I personally experienced it once, and that's one time too many. I want nothing to do with that ever again. But when I did that, it helped me unlock the key to my future. It helped me to become awakened and aware and understand that I am the priority, and to use all the verbiage I use on the channel. The educated empath, the enlightened and empowered individual that you are, that I am. We are becoming stronger each and every day. No longer are we kept in the dark by the narcissist. We are learning, we're growing, we're teaching if we can. But bear in mind, as the thumbnail mentions, the narcissist wanted to keep you in the dark. It's exactly what they wanted. They did not ever want you to figure them out, for them to be accountable, for them to be held to be responsible. That's why the narcissistic relationship, it needs to be cut off, it needs to be removed. That's why I suggest so frequently on the channel to go no contact, block them, remove all people and flying monkeys associated with the narcissist, and begin to heal. If not now, when? Understand the narcissist is not going to change. They're only going to get worse over time. That is what the aging narcissist is. That's for a whole different video. Understand the message. The narcissist kept you in the dark from basically the beginning of the relationship, throughout the body, certainly, up until the very end. Until when? Until you figured them out. And when you did, you finally said, oh my goodness, Andrew was right. Light bulb moment. Ding, ding, ding. Now what am I going to do? Now I'm going to really start working on myself. Fading out the narcissist, focusing on myself, getting stronger each and every day, and reaching eventually that pinnacle of indifference, the mountaintop of indifference, when you understand that you no longer care about the narcissist or any of those people in the past. God bless them all. Live a good life, do what you're going to do, but just stay away from me. That's the path. That's what you must do. Guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon. Stay true, stay blessed. Continue to become awakened and aware, and understand you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. Remember, no matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. God bless you. I love you. You are not alone. Remember that. And keeping people in the dark, it's not a good thing. It's not healthy, and it's not a way to be living life, because essentially you're not living an authentic life if you're keeping somebody in the dark. That's why the path is truth, honesty, love, abundance, growth. That's what it is. It's not lying, stealing, cheating, destroying, and disrupting. That's not the path. The path is being the best version of yourself each and every day, and being the best person you can, and always accepting responsibility and always trying to improve this place called Earth. Guys, no matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. God bless you. I love you. I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right. Bye, guys.